I think it's the victim mindset that's killing friendship these days.
Yeah.
Always thinking,
Whoa.
I don't have friends. I try so hard. I'm so different. Like, this is the mindset that's killing us.
And that's a reflection of our society right now is we have tons of people who we say are friends, but how many of them really know us on a real personal level, know us? Or likewise, the opposite is also true. How many of them do we actually know? Hello, and welcome to another episode of Unanswered, a podcast where we love to think, question, and connect. Hi, my name is Joe.
I'm Joyce.
And our idiom for today is
酒肉朋友.
酒肉朋友.
Not 猪肉. 酒肉朋友. Literally.
酒肉朋友 is something totally different.
Yes, literally it means wine and meat friends.
Wine and meat friends. Okay. So, do we want to watch the video first?
Yeah, let's watch the animation and then we can dive right in.
All right, let's watch the animation.
酒肉朋友, wine and meat friends, a Chinese saying. Over 700 years ago, during the Yuan dynasty, China was under Mongol rule. In that world, the Chinese developed a sharp eye for something that hadn't changed across any dynasty. Who shows up at your table when the wine is flowing and the meat is rich? And who disappears when the table is empty? They gave it a name, 酒肉朋友, wine and meat friends. 4 characters, 1 devastating truth. These are the friends of the feast, warm, present, laughing, as long as there's something to enjoy. But the feast always ends, and these so-called friends won't stay behind. But the real friends? They are the ones still sitting with you after the plates are cleared, when there's no wine left, no celebration, just you and whatever's on your mind. The Chinese didn't invent this problem, they just named it first. Because 700 years later, you resonate with this feeling, and you know exactly what this feeling tells you. Who are your real friends?
I guess that's one of the questions, and probably one of the things that brought this up, is that so many people today feel like they're surrounded by friends, surrounded by people who they would call friends,
yes.
But yet at the same time, they still feel so lonely.
Yeah, I have so many followers on social media. Why do I still feel lonely? There's thousands of people in my phone's contact. Why do I still feel like I have nobody to call?
And that's, I think, a reflection of our society right now is we have tons of people who we say are friends, but how many of them really know us on a real personal level, know us? Or likewise, the opposite is also true. How many of them do we actually know?
So I think the question is, what does it mean to be truly known? And also, what does it take to be truly known?
Wow. Okay, so what does it mean to be truly known?
I think it's easy for people to know our strengths because we sell it every day, right? At our jobs, at school, with our friends.
Part of the issue, and even that kind of shows it, is that many times people are only presenting their agent, right? We don't allow ourselves to be truly known, right? And so the question once again is, what does it mean to be truly known? Well, yeah, you can only know what I present to you.
Yeah,
right?
But that's what I was getting to, is that everyone knows our strengths, the side of us that we
present, that we present, show,
okay.
that we actually show to people. Right.
So to be truly known means a friend would know that side and the other side, like the flip side, right?
Yes, to a point. I agree with you to a point.
I mean, so what do you think?
I think that a friend would know that side that you present, yes, or your strengths, as you would call it. They would also know some of those weaknesses and those things that you don't present to everybody, but they would also accept. They would accept you, right, as an individual. That doesn't mean that they agree with everything you do.
Yeah.
But it goes farther than they're not going to distance themselves from you because you're this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's what I think it means to be truly known. it's not even just like seeing that you have these differences or these weaknesses, but it's seeing them and still caring
Being
for
okay
you
with
as
it.
yes, caring for you as an individual.
Okay.
Not leaving you there, but caring for you as an individual. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. So what does it take to be truly known?
Well, that's a hard one.
Yeah.
What does it take to be truly known? It takes, this part sucks, but it takes vulnerability.
Ah.
It takes vulnerability. It takes transparency. These are two words that we don't necessarily like. Why? Because when we show transparency, we show weakness. Same thing goes with vulnerability. The very word, right? Vulnerability, it shows weakness, or it can be seen as weakness. And we never want to present our weak spots to a potential enemy.
I mean, but that's like just human nature, right? Before we...
That's animal nature, human nature. That's
Yes.
everybody's nature. Nobody's going to be like, a dog doesn't come to you if they don't know you and like, hey, here's my belly. You know, that, they don't do that, you know.
What I've been researching this topic on socials, and what people are saying. There's several things that people are saying. They're saying you don't have real friends because you haven't been a real one to others.
Absolutely. Yes.
Real friendships take time. It's like cultivating a plant. You can't rush it, you know, but you have to nurture it. You have to give it food. You have to give it time. And then some people say that loneliness is inevitable. It's a human condition.
Well,
Accept it. Don't fight it.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I have a hard time with that. And then some other people say the higher you climb, the lonelier you get.
So to some degree, yes.
There's no way out. It's the price for growth. That's how they frame it. What would we say to this?
Like the first one, you talked about that we have what it is for friendships. Like we're not friends because we don't know we don't know how to be a real friend to others.
Yeah,
I think that this is true, and
yeah.
a number of the other statements that you said agree with this, right? And the basic thing that I would say is this: we have lost the art of friendship. We've lost the, I don't know if you call it an art, a science, I don't know what it is, but we've lost what it means to be friendships, be friends. And I don't know if that's due to our technology and just we think that friends means I add you on Instagram or and then we're automatically friends. No, that's not what it means. And so we've lost that art of human interaction and what it takes to actually become a friend. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And in some ways, we need to redefine it so that people can understand, because that's what it takes in order to actually have real friends.
So define it.
Oh man, I think I already tried.
Okay, someone who knows the agent side and also the hidden side.
Right. And someone who presents vulnerability, who you can be vulnerable with.
Yeah.
Someone who is also, you have a level of, or a degree of transparency with. I will also say that it's someone who who inspires you to be the best version of yourself.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
We've talked about this before, where they celebrate your wins.
Yes.
You know, they help you through those hard times. It's like that wine meet friends.
Yeah.
They're there for the good times, but they're also there for the times when the food and all that is gone. They're still there, right?
Yeah.
And so they're there to celebrate your victories, which is good, but they're also there during your hard times.
Okay, let me ask you this, because I think there's consensus out there that it's actually harder for men to make these type of friends than it is for women. I'm not saying that it's easy for women. It's actually getting increasingly hard as we continue to the despicable junior high type.
Women are catty.
Yes,
Women
that
are
catty
catty.
behavior where we just go after one another. We don't celebrate each other, but we just criticize. We're just nasty and catty towards each other. So, but with all that said, what I'm seeing is that men are saying it's very, very difficult. So I want to hear what you have to say.
So this is what I would say. You know, I've done tons of trainings and speaking engagements. And one of the things I would always ask, especially to groups of men, is I want you to raise your hand and tell me how many friends you have that you would consider close friends. That type of friend I'm talking about, where I can share anything with, where I can be very transparent, where I can be vulnerable. And many of them cannot even raise one hand. They can't even raise one finger because they're like, I don't know anybody like that.
Ooh, really? Do you feel that way?
The number of guys who I can actually, it's different for me because I've really like tried to pursue this, right? But the number of guys is very, very small.
One hand? Two hands?
I would have to sit down and think about it. But right now, I'm seeing faces where I'm like, yes, I can be very transparent with this individual. I know I can be transparent with him. This person has been like, yes, it is a ride or die. This, you know what I mean? So I can definitely,
one hand.
At least one hand.
Okay, at least one hand. So you're very, very, very lucky then.
But the problem is I don't see them very often. We live a world away from everybody else, you know. So here in my society where I am now, I don't see any of those individuals. Yeah. So how do I then connect with them?
Yeah.
So
it's true.
If you ask me here, it still goes back to zero.
Yes. But then I mean, like that's one of the conditions of modern life, right? Like, and I mean, like you and I have lived in so many different places,
right?
And so we're kind of used to this, and we still keep in touch with our.
We try to.
Yeah, we try to.
When we get back to those places, it's like no time has passed. No time has passed.
Definitely.
I have one friend. You know who you are. Combustible. We have a handshake, even if we haven't done it in years. As soon as we see each other, boop, 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 we do the handshake. You videoed us. But yes, every single time, man, I missed you. Combustible, I missed you, brother. Just to let you know, man.
This makes me think about a deeper level to this question, and that is, can anyone be a friend? I think that the assumption is anybody can be a 酒肉朋友. Anybody can be a wine and meat friend. As long as you have a feast, people are going to come.
Right.
Right. So we're talking about the deeper friends, like the type of friendships that you were talking about.
Right.
You know, that type. Can anyone be that type?
That takes time. That takes energy. That takes a lot of things. Can anyone be that? As I said before, everyone has the potential to be, but it takes all those things to get to that point.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I don't think anybody could.
You don't think everybody can be?
No.
I don't think that you can have that many type of friends with everyone, right? Yeah. I think everyone has the potential, but I can't have like 100 friends that are that close. I'm not. I have people. Okay, this is part of the issue as well. Okay, many times we have different expectations or understandings of the friendship, right? Mm-hmm. So some people, and I've had this many times, where they come up and they feel like they know me, and they're like, "Oh, hey Joe, so and so," and I'm like, "This person is at best an acquaintance, as best," but they treat me as if. And so as if we're like really close friends, and so it's like a different understanding of the relationship. You understand? It's different levels, and I'm sure that many, and I'm not casting myself as one, but there's many celebrities and people who are well known who experience this because people read about them, they watch them,
they know them.
They may know all this information about that they get offline or that they see or that they talked about. They get all this information, but they don't know the person. You understand? As in actually know, as in have a relationship with that individual.
Yeah.
That's a different thing. So I can know information, but having a relation is a total different thing. So if you're asking from that perspective, yes, everybody has the potential to be a friend. They can know a lot about you, but that doesn't mean they're actually in that deep relationship with you. And I don't think that you could be in that type of deep relationship with everyone.
The problem people have with friendship is essentially loneliness, right? Like, why do I know so many people yet still feel so lonely? Mm-hmm. Why is that?
What
were you going to say?
I was going to ask, have you ever felt like lonely? Have you ever felt this?
Yes. Should I even say this? Like, Because we live, like you said, we live in a foreign country,
Right.
away from family and friends.
Yeah.
Like, time difference is a bear. Like, I hate it. Every time, like, I'm awake, my friends are asleep. But all that to say, I do feel very lonely here, just because I haven't made a lot of friends in Saudi Arabia, just because I don't have the language down pat yet. You know?
So anyone who's lived overseas or lived in a culture that is not their own, they've experienced this.
Yeah.
They know exactly what you feel. And I think that's a lot of our viewers that tune in that have had this experience where you're in a place, you're surrounded by people, but you feel like I don't belong.
Yeah.
You know, and it's hard because you already have this pressure thinking, I am different. I'm different from everybody around me. How do I really make friends? Right? And how do I, so you already have that feeling. So it's hard to move past that first and foremost. I'm going to jump into this. Man, maybe this is going to open a can of worms. But I would say this even goes even farther. I'll say it. Even when we talk about, for me, I'm a black man, right? I'm an African American and lived in so many different places where there's not a lot of African Americans.
Yeah.
And so it's very different for me. When I'm back in the States many times, you know, in some of the situations, some of the places I move in, I'm the minority. When I go to China, I'm definitely the minority. When I am here in Saudi, many times I'm the minority, you know, and so it's very obvious for me. And I've tried to do my best to push past that because it can be hard when you feel like, it makes you feel lonely. Because it's like, dude, I don't see anyone that represents me here, but I need to push past this to be a friend to people so that I can make some deep relationships and connections.
But I think that's also beautiful. Yes, I think we've tried our best to push past that. Honestly, a lot of our best friends don't look anything like us.
Yeah.
They're from completely different places. And I think that's beautiful.
I think it's beautiful as well.
I mean, do you really feel like, do you think about that a lot? Like that
I don't
you
think
are
about it as much. I think when I was younger, I thought about that a lot.
Yeah.
But as I've grown and moved in these different circles and lived in these different circles, it doesn't have the same effect on me. I'm sometimes reminded very clearly about it, right?
Yes.
But it doesn't. And I mean, look at our family. I love it. I love the beauty that we have in our family, and even in our extended family, in-laws. And I love that. You know, we come from such diverse, different backgrounds, right? But it's so cool how we've been brought together and how we get to celebrate those differences. But there's this part, I think, that makes us feel like we are so disconnected from everything around us. And we're so different. And if we only focus on that difference, it will just make the gap wider.
I think so.
You understand?
Yeah.
And so it's part of us that has to overcome that gap.
Yes.
And I know it's not fair, right? It doesn't seem like it's fair, but I have to be a friend in order to get a friend. And so I want to cross that gap just because I know I need to make connection with other humans in order, because that brings real meaning.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And once they see, wow, this guy, let me say it this way. I've broken many people's stereotypes because of me reaching past the barrier.
I agree. Yes.
Even your family.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just calling it, right?
But I think that's why our relationship works. It's because we're not so focused on what is different about us. We're always looking and celebrating what we have in common.
Areas of alignment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our values.
Wow. That's good.
Our shared values, our shared likes, our shared hobbies, our shared everything. I think we focus so in practice, we focus so much more on that than our differences.
So can we apply that to friendship and say, in a real friendship, we're focusing on alignment?
Yeah.
We should be focused on alignment.
Focus,
Yeah.
on what brought you together, what you have in common, and celebrate that. Like,
And we can celebrate those positive differences. That
Yes.
doesn't mean we ignore them. We
No,
can
no,
celebrate
no.
those. But let's really bind together on
Yes.
those things that bring us together.
Yes,
Right?
I think so. Because
Yeah, that's
if
good.
I think it's the victim mindset that is killing us. That's killing friendship.
Yeah.
These days,
Yeah.
always thinking, "Oh,
Whoa.
I don't have friends. I try so hard. I'm so different." Like, this is the mindset that's killing us.
I'm going to go a step further, and we might get in trouble for this, but I'm going to go a step further. I would say that doesn't just stop when we talk about differences in color. That's also even our political views. Well, I can't associate with them because they're this, or we're so focused on those things that we miss that this person is an individual.
Yes.
Right? That they are designed beautifully, and they are human, and there's actually human interaction. We are friends with people. I'm thinking of them right now. We have friends who we absolutely disagree with their political views. We have
So
total
many.
opposite political
many.
views, but we love those
We
people.
love them. Yeah.
How come we can't do that anymore? It's because we don't understand what it means to be a friend.
No.
And many times we think, well, if I'm your friend, that means you must agree with everything that I. No. We focus
But
on.
you know what? That's just pride. That's just
Yeah.
ugly pride.
Yeah.
Because we think that our opinions is
The most important.
It's yes.
It's the most important.
Is the most important. If you disagree with me, then you are personally attacking me. No. If I disagree with you, I'm not attacking you. I'm just disagreeing with your perspective. I can
but that
still
doesn't mean I devalue you as a person.
No, I can still respect you because guess what? At the end of the day, you love your parents. You love your kids. You work hard for your family.
Yes.
And you provide for your kids and your spouse. And like, I respect that. And if we don't have enough things in common, okay, we don't have to be friends, but I still respect you.
Exactly. And I think that we have more people who have this attitude, it would bring more peace to individuals. It would bring more peace to families where, man, you know what? We can talk about these things. I don't necessarily agree with this, but I love this person. Why? Because of who they are. You know what? They're not they're not the demon or the, you know what I'm saying? They just disagree with me. And that's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay. We don't have to have the same views. Now, we can talk about it. We can debate it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to demonize you just because you have a different view than I do.
And you know what? Like, some people think that, oh, if you're a real friend, then we could debate, we could talk about all this hard stuff. I think sometimes, yes, sometimes. But then you have to realize, as tightly as you hold your opinions, the other person does that too.
Right.
So as hard as it is to change your mind,
It's going to be just as hard.
it's going to be just as hard to change the other person's mind.
Right.
So you have to give space and grace for that. So, like, practically what it means is you can't talk about these things every day. Or every time you see each other. You have to, like, find a good time where both of you are not stressed. Both of you are in a good mood.
Yes.
Both of you actually have the capacity in your heart to embrace differences, and then you can talk about hard things. Otherwise, just talk about fun stuff. Just have some wine and meat.
Alignment. Talk about those things that are in alignment.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, not every conversation needs to be really hard.
You don't have to die on every hill. Right? This is a hill I will die on.
Another issue that we face is, are we a real friend to others, right? Mm-hmm. If we're, like, before we complain, we don't have friends, we ask ourselves, are we a good friend to others? And other phenomenon that I'm seeing is that we're really quick to condemn these days, like in our heads. So we're we talked about this. Like, judgment doesn't mean condemnation, and we're really quick to prejudge other people and categorize them into
or put them into different categories.
Yeah, a
we have our
category
presuppositions about everyone.
yes, or a box where
right.
this is
this person goes here.
yes.
This person goes here.
This person
is what
is
they
here.
think.
They can't be a friend.
Yes, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, they're different. They will never be my friends.
So I think that hurts us too. And I mean, I've done it. I've done it.
So it's important to give everybody a fair shake. Not everybody, but to really try to find things. If you want good friends, you need to find things that you align on. You have to be willing to be
to be vulnerable.
To be vulnerable and transparent.
Yes.
And you have to be willing to, I'm going to say, share at the right time the right things. So
Yes.
there's the art of friendship and
The
knowing how to
tact.
have good conversations. The tact, yes. Knowing how to have good conversations, knowing how to just be friendly and neighborly to one another. You know, that's important. And I think we've even lost that art as well.
Yeah. Okay, is it if we do all these things though, is it a guarantee that we
It's not a guarantee, but I think it will get us closer to the goal if our goal is to have really good friends.
Yeah.
If we do these things, it will definitely bring us closer to the goal. And in the same way, we will learn some things. We'll learn some things about others.
ourselves.
Yeah, you stole my thunder.
Oh, sorry. No,
We'll
you can
learn some
say it
things
again.
about others, but we will also learn things about ourselves as well.
Yes.
And that's what we do. That's what we hope that friendship is doing. A genuine friendship is it's not only helping others to know us, but helping us to know others and helping us to know ourselves.
Yeah. If we don't know ourselves, like who are people being friends
You know,
with?
I always say this. Maybe when you have 2 ears, right? 2 eyes and only 1 mouth, right? With those 2 eyes, we can see everything around us except ourselves.
Yeah.
We can see everything except ourselves. So how is it that you get to know who you really are? Well, in those things that you're good at and all that. Well, you can look in a mirror, but a mirror can't speak to you, right? And so I always say that's where you need really good, valuable friendships because they will speak life into you. They will speak those things that are true. If
They
you have
will
good
tell
friends,
you
they will tell you
what they see.
Exactly. But they will also challenge you as
Yeah.
well. And so that's what I mean by you'll get to know yourself.
Yeah.
Right? We need those type of friends.
Yes.
Who will be our eyes. You
Yeah.
understand? And the mouth to speak truth
Yes.
to us. We need those type of friends. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And this is the way you build them.
And I think one thing that I'm really working on being better, and I think that's something that you're really good at, is really be intentional in asking good questions. I think
That's why it's called unanswered. We are always talking about
yes.
questions. So yes.
I think it takes curiosity to ask questions.
Real, genuine curiosity.
Genuine curiosity, and to have genuine curiosity, I think we need a measure of humility. Because if we think that we know it all, we don't have any
We won't
questions.
have questions.
We're waiting for other people to ask us.
Yes. Ask me because I already know.
Because I know everything. And
Exactly.
and if we're honest, we've all been there.
And that's
or
the worst
we
place
are
to be,
there.
actually.
Yes.
Real wisdom comes when you realize you don't know everything.
You don't know everything.
Exactly.
And I think it's a very lonely place too.
Yeah.
When we inherently feel like we know it all.
everything. Yes.
So I think one tip I'm giving to myself really is to just really take the posture of I don't know it all.
Yeah.
And if you meet a person, ask them questions about themselves.
Right.
Like,
Humility is a huge thing.
just-
And humility, I believe humility is attractive. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's attractive.
Yeah.
Some people want to be like prideful and all that good stuff, and I can say a lot of things, but I think humility is something. It's one of those traits that is actually it's beneficial to people, and
I think so.
And I don't mean attractive like ooh, sexy attractive. It could be, but attractive is in it attracts people to you.
Yeah,
right.
I think so.
So yeah,
But it's still not a guarantee. I mean, ultimately, friendship is a two-way street, and both of you have to be committed to nurture this friendship, to sow into it, you know, to feed it. And I mean, we've had so many we've tried so many times. Like not every, I guess what I'm trying to say is not every attempt that you make at friendship will turn out good.
But yeah,
Like
it's
some
like
people
we said
will
earlier, it's
disappoint you. Yes,
yeah, it's like we said earlier.
But
not everyone will turn out good.
No.
But that if you use these, you're more than likely to get really good
Yes.
friends who can like reflect.
But then, don't get stuck there, really. And that, I think that part about knowing yourself comes in like right here is that you need to know your own worth. And if someone doesn't reciprocate, you accept that as part of life and you just dust yourself off and you move on. Do you realize that we've done more than 6 months worth of content now? This is like episode 27.
Wow.
Like, so
go and subscribe. So go and subscribe.
if you haven't yet,
Yes.
please hit that subscribe button.
Hit that subscribe button.
And follow us on your favorite social media platform. We are on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, X, Facebook now. Unanswered 100.
Yes, go and check us out. And thank you guys for listening to us. Leave us your comments. Let us know, first of all, what you think. What do you think about friendships? Are friendships, is it easy to get into them? What do you agree?
What are some of your challenges?
Yes, what are the challenges to friendship? Do you feel lonely? Do you have lots of friends or contacts, but you still feel lonely? If so, let us know. Let us know the ways that the quickest ways to build friendships. And if you agree with what we're saying about, or disagree with what we're saying about being transparent and being vulnerable, like, what do you think? Give us your thoughts. We'd love to see it in the comments, all right? So once again, thank you for joining us on Unanswered, a podcast where we love to think, question, and connect. And we look forward to seeing you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.